Welcome once again, my friends, and thank you for stopping by to listen to an old storyteller. Today we have a story from Romania, and the title of this story is The Enchanted City. There was a poor lad, and he served 7 years and could not earn anything. And he went into the world and went into a city and spent the night there and lay down under a wall and slept. In that wall there was a hole, and he awoke and looked through the hole and saw a candle. And he crept through the hole and went into a palace. There was a great city, and there was an emperor in the city. And the emperor was dead, and also the empress was dead. And the emperor had a daughter, and she commanded the army. And that city was excommunicated, and the people were turned into stone. So the lad went into the palace of the emperor, and there in the palace all were turned into stone. And he marveled what this might be, that the men were like men, but yet all turned to stone. A cat came and set food on the table. He sat down to table and ate. At night came the cat and brought him food, and brought him cards, and said to him, There will come a lord, and will say, Play at cards. And do you play? And he will spit on you, and do you bear it, but look at the clock. When it strikes 10, then give him a slap. Then there came devils, as many as the blades of grass, and they beat him and tormented him till 12 o'clock. And the cocks crowed, and they fled. He lay down in the bed and slept. In the morning the cat brought him food, and he ate. At nightfall she again brought him food, and said to him, He will come again for you to play with him, and do you play till 10 o'clock, and give him a slap. And they will come to you as many as all the blades of grass, and will beat you and torment you, and do you bear it till 12 o'clock. The Lord came to him. Ha! Let us play cards. And they played till 10 o'clock. He gave him, the devil, a slap. They came as many as all the blades of grass, and they beat him and tormented him till 12 o'clock, and they fled. He lay down in the bed and slept. In the morning he heard the folks talking in the city. In the morning the cat brought him food, and brought him royal clothes. He ate, and put on the clothes, and went into 12 chambers. There was the emperor's daughter in her bed. One half was alive, and she said, You are my emperor, and I am your empress, but come no more to me. Again at night the cat brought him food, and said to him, He will come again tonight to play cards till 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock give him a slap again, and they will come to you as many as all the blades of grass, and they will beat you and torment you, but bear it. That lord came to him. Ha! Let us play cards. And they played till 10 o'clock. He gave him a slap, and they came as many as all the blades of grass, and they beat him and tormented him, and he bore it till 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock they fled. He lay down on the bed and slept. In the morning the band began to play. They held a review. For we have a new emperor. The ministers came to him and raised him shoulder high. We have a new emperor. And he is in a hurry to go to his empress, and said, Stay here, I will be back immediately. And he went to her. There she stood with her head to the roof, and a vapor went forth from her mouth. And he opened the door, and she just made a sign to him with her hand, and fell back on the bed, and became stone up to the waist. And she called him to her. Leave me, I want you not. Why did you not wait to come to me, till I should obtain remission of my sin? Take you my father's horse and his sword, and take a purse, as much money as you want. It shall not fail. He set out and journeyed, and departed into another kingdom. There 2 emperors were fighting, because one would not give his daughter to the other's son. Set yourself to battle with me, since you refuse your daughter. They fought 7 years. So he came into that city, and came to an inn, to a certain Armenian. And there was a great famine. The soldiers were dying of hunger. So he asked the Armenian, What's the news here? No good. They have been waging a great war for 7 years for a girl, and the soldiers are dying of hunger. And he said, Go and call them to me. The soldiers came, and he brought bread and brandy, and they drank and ate. And he said to the Armenian, if I choose, I will cut that army to pieces. The Armenian went to the emperor. Emperor, a king's son is come, and has boasted that he by himself will cut that army to pieces. Call him to me. What is this you've been boasting? Will you cut that army to pieces? I will. If you do, I will give you my daughter, and give you 1/2 of my kingdom. And he, when he went to battle, waved to the right hand, and slew 1/2 of the army, and he waved to the left hand, and slew the other half. And he came home, and the emperor gave him his daughter, and made a marriage. Ask him what strength is his, that he slew so great an army. And he said, My sword slays. And she sent back a letter, The sword alone slays. Send me another sword, and I will send this one to you. She sent him the sword, and he then said, Set yourself now to battle with me. And he went in hope. But the emperor slew him, and cut him all in pieces, and put him in the saddlebags, and placed him on his horse, and said, Whence thou didst bear him living, bear him dead. The horse carried him home, thither to that lady who was of stone. She cried, Bring him to me. She laid him on a table, and put him all together. And she sprinkled him with dead water, and he became whole. And she sprinkled him with living water, and he arose. Go back, take you this purse. You have but to wish, and you will find it full of money. And go to that Armenian, and give him whatever he wants, and tell him you will turn yourself into a horse. Take a hair from my tail, and bind it round you like a girdle, and fling a somersault. So he turned himself into a horse, and the Armenian took him, and led him into the city. The emperor bought him, and mounted him. He dashed him to the earth, and he died. The horse took the sword in his mouth, and went to the Armenian. The Armenian loosened the hair, and he became a man again. He made the Armenian king, and he departed home to his mistress, the first one, and wedded her, and he became emperor.
Thank you once again for listening to this story. If you enjoyed this story, please press that like button. Also, please help an old storyteller out by subscribing to my channel. The next story will be posted in a few days, so until then, may your story continue to be a good one.